So for the price of this phone, is it really worth it? Well, somehow I would not really say yes. Why? Because it's been 5 months since the release of the iPhone 16 series, and I've seen a lot of videos and articles online lashing at this phone. Well, it's fair because the iPhone 16 series is the first unfinished flagship to release to the public. Come on, the only noticeable difference is this camera button by the side, which I think it is not even necessary. However, I'll come to that later on in this video. Okay, and even the Apple Intelligence that they said was one of the biggest thing on this iPhone came out more than 1 month after the phone was released, right? So, and that is why I'm making a proper review of this video today, because I'm sure, okay, yes, Apple is done, adding every feature on this phone to make it, like they said, the best phone of 2024. So all you need to do is to watch this video to the very end to see if truly this phone is the best phone of 2024, or maybe it's still worth the lashing. Now, of the design of the iPhone 16 Pro, so Apple has been using the same design pattern for their phone since the iPhone 12. That is over 4 years ago, and the same camera setting, the same flashlights and LiDAR sensor. This is how it has been for over 4 years now. Come on, iPhone, we need a change. Well, for the fact that it's similar does not mean there is nothing different or there's nothing new. Okay, so the very first thing, like I said, is the camera button, which to me is still not necessary, because if I have to hold my phone to turn on the camera, to tap the camera button, I could just also hold my phone and unlock it and just go to the camera app ASAP. Unlike the Samsung Ultra series, where I have my S Pen and I can control my camera because of how far it is. Once on my S Pen, my phone is where my camera is right now. I can sit on my camera and start making a video without having to touch my phone. So now we can call that an important use of a second camera button, right? Unlike what we have right here on the iPhone. Okay, but that aside, we still have the action button from the iPhone 15 series. Okay, and this year, a titanium frame, which they said is stronger than the previous model, and also 16 Pro uses the latest generation ceramic shield front. It uses this textured matte glass back, and also it has this IP68 water and dust resistance. Now, talking about the IP68 water and dust resistance, it's the same thing as the Samsung S24 Plus and also my S23 Ultra over here. And guys, I've done a special video on the S24 Plus. I've done an individual video on the S23 Ultra. Okay, so my next video, I am going to be comparing this phone. I'll be putting them head to head, because the 16 Pro is one of the best phones of 2024, and the S24 Plus is one of the best phones of 2024. So I'm going to be comparing them together to see which phone wins. Yeah, and also the Ultra was the best overall phone for the 2023, and I also compare both of them to see if the S23 Ultra can still stand the test of time this year alongside the 16 Pro. So ensure you click on the subscribe button below and turn on the bell notification icon, so whenever I create that video, you'll be the first to get notified. Now, with all the titanium frame, the glass back, the IP68 water resistant rating, guys, I still make sure I use my case, yes, so as to protect my phone, because I usually feel in terms of water resistance, as a Nigeria water is different. So I would not be trying that out, or even trying the drug test like other big YouTubers do. Okay, I just keep on enjoying my 16 Pro like this, and I'm good to go. So now to the display, the iPhone 16 Pro uses the 6.3-inch OLED display screen size. It also has this promotion technology with 120 Hz refresh rate. Yes, it has a reduced bezels and uses an upgraded True Tone to give you a more accurate color when, let's say, you're watching movie, you're viewing anything on this your iPhone 16 Pro. Right? It brings out the color properly and better than that of the previous model, the 15, the 14, and the rest. It also has HDR display and increases its nits to 1600. So this means you can work in a very bright environment. However, the HDR and the nit brightness is quite smaller compared to that of the Samsung S24 Plus I did a video about, because the S24 Plus can view HDR10 plus videos, and also reached up to 2600 nits brightness. So you can see the difference. Go check out that video. Now, what I love about the display of the iPhone 16 Pro is the dynamic island. It has been updated, right? And we can now get more, info on the dynamic island. And also, it's like our shortcuts right now, changing your music or going through some selected apps. So to the software updates, the iPhone 16 Pro came out with the iOS 18, which is the latest iOS in the market today, right? And it is promised 5 years of software updates. Now, one notable thing about the iOS 18 updates is the Apple Intelligence, which, like I said, it came out 1 month after the iPhone was, released. So with this Apple Intelligence, we have writing tools, we have summarized notification, we have searching for photos and videos by describing what you're looking for. We have clean up tool, gen emoji, where you can generate your own emojis, right? We have the image one where you can edit your image, memory movies, priority messages, and smart reply with lots and lots more on the Apple Intelligence. While all these features on the Apple Intelligence is very nice, I feel some of them were gotten from the Galaxy AI, because Galaxy AI has most of all this that Apple Intelligence just brought out a few weeks after its release. Now for the performance, so the iPhone 16 Pro came out with the Apple's most powerful smartphone chip, which is the A18 Pro. It has 8GB RAM, and also you can go for the 128, 256, 512 or 1TB SSD, depending on your choice, right? And now compared to the iPhone 15 A17 chip, it has a better performance capability. Yes, in terms of you are playing your games, Call of Duty, because I think gaming is one of the heaviest you can do on a smartphone, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comment section, is something heavier than gaming right now on a smartphone. Call of Duty, PUBG, Free Fire, and the rest of them. And this iPhone 16 Pro can handle it very well. Yes, so it makes gaming easier and smoother. Now onto the battery. So the 16 Pro has 3582 mAh battery, which lasts for about 14 hours and 17 minutes if it is fully charged 0 to 100, and if your battery capacity is still at 100%, okay, which is still very impressive, which means it can take you for the whole day. So I tried to charge this phone in 30 minutes, and within 30 minutes, it went from 0% to 58%, right? And for me to, charge this fully from 0 to 100, it took me about 1 hour, 38 minutes, which is quite slow if I'm comparing to the Samsung S24 Plus, which took me about 58 minutes to charge it from 0 to 100%. And guys, finally, for the iPhone 16, we now have the reverse charging, which Samsung has had since their S10 series. But well, iPhone is finally catching up, but this reverse charging is a wired reverse charging. So let's say maybe in the iPhone 17 or maybe the iPhone 18, it may now have a reverse or wireless charging, just like we the Samsung users have been enjoying, since. So now, off to the camera, I have taken lots of amazing pictures on this iPhone 16 Pro, and as always, iPhone has a very good camera quality, very good picture quality, right? So it has 48MP main camera, 12MP 5x zoom, 48MP ultra wide camera, and also the LiDAR scanner. You can now check out the amazing pictures which I have taken with this phone, the pictures, videos, selfies, and every single thing. Okay, however, there's something I noticed about this iPhone. We are still waiting for 100x zoom. So now off to the price. Okay, I've talked about every single thing on this phone, right? So how much is this phone in the market? Well, it all depends on the country you're in, first of all. Like if you're in a third world country, like myself, I'm in Nigeria, there are like three factors that determine the price of this phone. One is the price of dollar, because we have to convert, dollar to naira before we can purchase or know the purchasing price of that particular product, right? So if dollar should increase, it means the price of this iPhone will increase. And dollar drops, hopefully, the price also drops in the market, right? That is the very first factor. The second one here is, are you going for a new one, a used, or an open box? Yes. And the third one is the SSD. We have the 128, 256, the 512, and the 1 terabyte. So these three things make up the price of the iPhone 16 Pro. However, give or take, this should be around from, let's say, maybe 1.4 to around 1.9 million naira. So if you're watching this video from another country, so just convert it to your country's currency and see how much it is over there. So for the price of this phone, is it really worth it? Well, somehow I would not really say yes. Why? Because the S24 Plus is way more affordable than the iPhone 16 Pro. And after handling both of them for a while, I would prefer the S24 Plus, the performance, the camera, yes, the night shots, every single thing about the S24 Plus. And it's more affordable than the 16 Pro. However, why I will still go for the 16 Pro is because it's the same thing as the 16 Pro Max, just a smaller screen and a smaller battery. But the camera, the performance, the chip, every other thing you can think of is exactly the same thing as the 16 Pro Max version. So let me know in the comment section if you're going for the 16 Pro, or one feature you like about the 16 Pro, what you don't like about the 16 Pro. Yes, so let me know in the comment section, okay? Like I said, guys, I'll be seeing my next video where I compare the 16 Pro and the S23 Ultra, and also the 16 Pro and the S24 Plus, to know which one takes the win. Okay, so guys, I will see you over there.